What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Season 6, Metro 25, Seattle Kraken Franchise Mode Series. As always, thank you guys so much for supporting the last episode. If you also leave a thumbs up on this one, I'd really appreciate it. Now, before I show you guys the Stanley Cup winner from last season, quick spoiler warning. It was actually us, Seattle Kraken there, winning our second Stanley Cup in 4 years. So, very happy with how this team's done. Honestly, I'm pretty surprised by the success we've had. So, we can actually win one more Stanley Cup, making it 3. I think that'd be pretty awesome. Definitely solidify this team as a dynasty. You can also see there, so far through the preseason, we're actually 6-0. So, like, this team just keeps getting better and better. And again, at the start of this, I didn't really think the core was going to be good enough, but I feel like the core of this team has really exceeded my expectations. Also, too, we added some nice pieces. So first line there, you got McCann, Wright, and Lafreniere, who's now a 94. They get a +5 chem. On the second line, you got Yzerman, Beniers, and Catton. Catton there's up to an 89. Pretty sure we got him signed a really good contract. Yeah, 3.3 for the next 3. You got Paterka on the third line now an 88. I think I had him focus on defensive awareness because he's a two-way forward, didn't want to become a sniper. So hopefully now just kind of a beast two-way player for us. Kopitar there still in the middle at 42, but 86 overall, great in the face-off circle. Honestly, defensively as a whole, 5 stars. You got Kako there, right wing. Geeky, both Morgan and Connor. Hamilton there now at 81. He's our elite enforcer. Try to make him a power forward. People are saying maybe try and make him a grinder, although I feel like grinder is supposed to be a little bit, better skaters than he currently is. Defensively there, we got Dunn and Montour on the top pair. Dunn's a 94 now, became an absolute beast for us. Gooley, Evans, second pairing. Even Evans there, 90 overall. He only ever had top 4 potential. For him to grow that much is super impressive as well. Larson down the bottom pair with Knold. I think Larson, probably the last year we'll have him. He's an 82 now. He keeps dropping. Kako there, 86 backup. To Cord there, 88 starter. Now look at the special teams for this team. That first power play is crazy. Everyone's a 90 plus, and they get the +5 chem. So it's like a 95 plus power play. Power play 2 even I think looks really good. We got a couple defensemen there. In terms of the 4-man one, it's a +5. Second one there, it's a 0. It's still a good player. It's like a couple 90s. PK one's a +5. Kopitar and Beniers both have quick pick. Like, they should be getting some good shorthanded goals here. Even Wright and Cackle on the second unit. Like, we have such good two-way forwards. The Geeky brothers there on the third. Again, like, overall, super happy, I think, with how this team's turned out. Now, in terms of the AHL team, they've yet to win a Calder Cup. I don't know how, they haven't yet. When you got the first line here, Sala, Nesbitt, Furcus. This was their first line last year as well. I think they were maybe 1 overall lower. This year, really no excuses. You got Barlow in the second line with Mietinen and Rene there. He's an 82. We drafted him late first round. Like, I don't know. Even the bomb 6, like, they're all high 70s. Defensively here, too, we got 82 Volkov. Again, he'll probably be the guy, I think, that takes over for Larson. Defensive defenseman there. Shows he's lefty, but he's actually right-handed, so I think he'll fit well. Wallander there, Ottavainen, Bernier, Orlov. Like, this AHL team is stacked. Even our starting goalie there, 83 overall. Again, I'm not really sure what the issue is. I do think we got a new AHL head coach since last year. Other one wanted like a ton of money, and honestly, I felt like could have found a better one in free agency, and that's exactly what happened. So hopefully AHL team, like I said, has a bigger run, but obviously in terms of the NHL team, that's where we're focused. The ratings for this season, 95 offense and 92 defense and 92 goaltending. So hoping for another successful year, see if we can actually repeat as Cup champs. Let's get started. And now look at the contract screen here, guys. You can see all of our top players under contract except for Jared McCann. Last time he played hardball with us. Let's see if he does it again. Okay, 12.8. That's actually not bad for 92 overall. I mean, 33, I would definitely rather have him for 2 years, which is how many years we have left. His interest, though, goes way down, and the ask is only like 70k cheaper. So if he does drop in rating, that'll be the GM after us problem. I honestly think 11.75. If we do a 50% modified no trade, like his interest in the organization there is at the absolute max. Now the 50% modified no trade actually does even move the interest on the contract. Let's try like 11.85 there, 50% no trade. I think especially beginning of the year, usually they do like the 80% thing. He'll say yes to that, and it's still only like a 600k raise, so not costing us too much, especially when, if you guys look there at the bottom, we have 9.2 million in cap space. So I definitely want to try and be aggressive at the trade deadline. Now, Cole Yzerman here, we can't extend, as I guess he had like a 1-year deal. That doesn't sound right, but I don't know. We can't extend him. Kopitar, 42. This probably is his last year. Connor Geeky, I'd be curious to see what he looks for. 2.5, that's really reasonable. Yeah, 2 years, it's still there. Wow, if we can get him, I don't know, 2.4 for 2 years, I feel like that's a great contract for fourth line guy, plays some PK. Hamilton's an interesting one. He only plays fourth line. He's kind of just like an experiment, honestly. Okay, 2 years at 1.375. I feel like he'll almost for sure say yes. And then goaltending here, Decord and Kako need new deals. Now, Kako's the backup. Only wants 1.8. If Decord asks for something stupid, we could just let him go. 6.8. Okay, I mean, that's honestly pretty fair for an 88. Kako, honestly, too, even though he's an 86, his ask is very reasonable. I feel like 1.8 is what you kind of get for 82 overall backup goalies because he hasn't, proven it as a starter yet. Yeah, like that ask is very, very, I think, fair. we can get him for 1.6. No matter what, like I'm happy with that, whether he's the starter or the backup. And we do have a ton of extension dollars. DeCourt has, 1-2 cups with us. I don't mind holding on to him here. And it's kind of interesting to me when I add teams to like this modified no trade, it doesn't actually even change like his interest. So we'll just do 4-team no trade, 6 million right on, see what he says. And actually 2 guys, Nesbitt, Styla, Furcus, Volkov, 4 guys, especially Volkov, who could get called up next year, all need new deals. So makes sense, I think, to do these now before they potentially ask for more money. If they do see, I don't know, maybe like a spot open on the roster. Volkov will try 1.1 for 2. Furcus honestly is a guy, I don't really know if there's room for him, but if we do extend him on a good contract, that will make him easier to trade. Sala, kind of the same thing here. We'll offer like 1.1 there for 2. Now Nesbitt is the highest rated, probably has the best chance to make it. Wants league min for 2. Wow, so that's a steal. Yeah, accepts the offer. Actually taking a discount there. So I honestly think next year you can immediately jump in at that 3C spot, taking over for Kopitar. There we go, guys. We're bringing back Joey DeCourt again. I think $6 million for this guy is a very fair deal. After that, Volkov accepts, looking like he'll, like I said, probably replace Larson next season. Jared McCann, let's go. So didn't have as tough contract negotiations with him this time around. Connor Geeky rejects. The money offered isn't enough. Okay, we'll go back to that. Furcus said yes. Same with Sala. Kakko there. I think those were all great contracts. Hamilton there as well. And look at this, guys. Jeez, I didn't even realize over the first week of the season, somehow Connor Geeky jumped from an 84 to an 86. So that's why he said no. Even if we offered what he was asking. Yeah, he wants more money now being 86. Looking like he'll be the 3C, Nesbitt the 4C. Honestly, this is still like a really reasonable ask. I forget what we were actually even offering him before. But I don't know. Take like 200K off. He's an 86. Yeah, accepts immediately. Very fine with that. While under here, guys, I probably won't expend. I just wanted to see the extension dollars. As you can see, we got 10.5 million still, and like we have a very good team coming back with money to spend. Great spot to be in. And so I was thinking about maybe moving Connor Geeky up, guys, to the 3C spot, but Kopitar here has better face-offs, better puck skills, better shooting, which I think, matters more offensively. And then Connor Geeky here only has the better physical, which power forward, that's why his rating's so high, 99 strength, 96 aggressiveness. So it's kind of like artificially boosting his rating almost. Like I don't really see him putting up a ton of points or anything, but still on our 4th line, he should hopefully crush it. And now at the end of summer here, guys, we have a record of 23-10-2. We're looking really good. First place in the division. AHL team here, 19-9-1, also first place in their division, so can't really ask for much more than that. And I just got an interesting off here, guys, some Philadelphia Flyers. Travis Sanheim in a 3rd for McKay there, who's a top 4D prospect, and 2 medium-started goalie. I mean, Sanheim probably is an upgrade on Larson. As I mentioned, he's down to 82, making 6.2 for the next 2 years. Wow, he's only actually an 83 now. I would have thought he's at least an 86 still, so it doesn't make sense to do that. I think we could definitely get better at the deadline, which we're pretty close to now. And so now, guys, we're at the trade deadline here with a record of 40-17-6. So we've already got 86 points at the deadline, first place in the division. I think I forgot to look at the entire league last time, but we are first place in the NHL. AHL team here, they're now 2nd in the division, but still pretty happy with that. And our current AHL scoring leader there is Furcus with 45 points. In the NHL, Jared McCann already was 75. Wow, so I think we definitely made the right move, signing him to that extension early. So we'll get to the deadline here, guys. As I mentioned before, we got $9.5 million to spend. I'd like to try and go out there, give us somebody to, make a push here. I know, a lot of times less is more. If it's not broke, don't fix it. But like if we can add a piece here to make this team even better, I'd like to. Sorelli, I mean, 90 overall. Talking about Kopitar, he could come in being even better 3C. He's got 2 years left at 6.25. That's pretty good. The value's also not too crazy on him. Charlie McAvoy, same thing. Value's actually less. 90 overall D-man. Claws protected. They both are. McAvoy could come in for Larson. Sebastian Costa there we do not need. Stan Kovin, I mean, probably don't need, but 1 year left. Again, trying to bring a star in. We have the money. Tyson Forster there. Tippett, Terry, Brink. Philip Forsberg, 86 overall. So he's definitely dropped, making almost 9. Marchenko. Yeah, like the guys I'm looking at for sure, the top 2 there, Sorelli and McAvoy. I'd really be interested in both. And now look at this, guys. Charlie McAvoy is a 10-team no trade. Looks like he waived his NMC for this season. It doesn't show the tradable team list. That's just a glitch. And apparently, the reigning Stanley Cup champion, Seattle Kraken, were on his 10-team no trade. That is an absolute joke. I feel like how often would a guy put a team on their no trade? Like, even the Winnipeg Jets, if they're coming off a Stanley Cup, championship, I feel like most guys would not have that. Sorelli, though, we could go out and get. Okay, so there's something. Now, he's only got 17 goals, 24 assists through 60 games. He's got the gold quick pick, tons of other X factors, 5-star defense. Yeah, he's basically better than Kopitar in every way but face-offs. Really good skater, too. I feel like he'd be an amazing replacement for him. In terms of this year's draft, we just love our first-round pick. Doesn't really, do anything for us at this point. Skaters matching block, Riker Evans. Yeah, no chance. Reeves here, who we actually kind of stole, if you guys remember, in the 3rd round of last year's draft. He's already a 79. He's got 70 points right now, 48 games down in the OHL. So this dude's going to be a player for us. If not next season, definitely in the final one. We've also got Reese here, who we stole in the 3rd round, 2028. So tons of assets to use. I mean, Cirelli's a 90 overall. Hamilton probably, if we do this trade, is scratched, but could bring him back next year. We also do have a couple medium elite goalies. I could move on from Gustafson here. Only a 50 at 19. You know, probably doesn't turn out. The medium starter there we could throw on as well, just for good measure. So those 3 actually put the value pretty close. It doesn't look like we'll have to give up medium skater. So if they say no, I'll probably throw on McKay here. But first we're going to try this offer. Yeah, trade's rejected. They actually mentioned how they basically just want the 1 goalie. So we'll do Mallet, and then we'll throw on, I don't know, we have 2 fourths here. Let's try a 4th there with him. Value's now definitely on our side. And Tampa Bay still rejects. So we'll do a 3rd rounder there instead. And they're saying that we're quite far off, even though it shows the values on our side. So I've never quite understood that in this game. Let's try a 2nd rounder next year. They're still saying no. So we'll try 1, 2, 3, medium elite goalie, medium top 4D. Now they say yes. Okay, so they got a huge haul from us, but the fact we're able to make that trade without giving up any of our elite skaters. We keep both Reeves and Reese, and like I said, I think Reeves could definitely be a player for us. Reese will probably just end up being used in a big trade package, but Cirelli, I mean, down the middle now, him, Beniers, right. Kind of funny, they're all like 2-way centers, but we are so deep at that position. All right, guys, so the trade deadline is now complete. Just made that 1 trade for Cirelli, but again, I feel like our team's already crushing it. We're bringing in a 90 overall center. Don't really have to do, you know, too much more tinkering than that. Now looking around the league here, you got Carson Lambos going to the Sharks. Merchenko to the Wild, that's a pretty big trade. Forster there to the Rangers as well. Dvorak to the Oilers. White Cloud to the Flames, our trade for Cirelli. Atu Ratu there to the Golden Knights. Artem Zub to the Avs. Kesselin there to the Wild. Boone Jenner goes to Vegas. Matt Roy there to the Sharks. Bjorkstrand to the Jets. Nuge to Pittsburgh. Finally leaving the Oilers there after spending, like, what, 20 seasons at this point. Josh Doan on the Flames. Okay. Jackson Lacombe to the Sharks. Also, you got Bobby Brink there going to the Oilers. So kind of weird. They add him, then trade away Nuge. And look at this. You got Nikita Zadorov on waivers. Apparently, Edmonton got him. 1 year left, making $5 million. Only an 80 overall. So we'll definitely decline. And after the trade deadline, guys, just update look at the team. Like I was saying before, check out this center depth. Are you kidding me? Right, Beniers, Cirelli, all 90 plus. We got an 85 Kopitar 4C. He's actually gone down in rating by 1, lost his quick pick. So again, don't really see him coming back. I think honestly he'll probably retire. I've got the Geeky brothers on his wings. I see there Kako. I want to say added truculence. You got extra X Factor. Eiserman as well. Got Born Leader. I'm not sure. That seems to be like a really easy X Factor for guys to get. I don't know why. Riker Evans here as well added a bunch of X Factors. So, I mean, the team, I think, you know, obviously looking even better now. Like I said, scratch there's Hamilton. Power play-wise have not changed. PK-wise, though, Cirelli's on the first unit there with Beniers. The seconds remain the same. The third one, though, now is Kopitar and Morgan Geeky. And then 3-man-wise, you got Cirelli on the first, Beniers on the second, and then Wright on the third. Like, come on. I think teams are going to have a really tough time matching up with us. AHL team, I want to say, is the exact same. So hopefully, you know, bringing in Cirelli doesn't make this team worse. You never know with this game, but I've got high hopes that, you know, we can actually go on and win another Stanley Cup. Now, guys, we're in the season here with a record of 52, 22, and 8. So a solid year for sure. 112 points, which I think, yeah, did have us first place in the NHL. So taking home the President's Trophy. AHL team here, 45, 23, and 2, puts them first place in their division. And now in terms of stats for this season, guys, as you can see there, Jared McCann popped off 96 points with 56 goals. So love that. Alexi Lafreniere there also had a really good season at 90 points. Vince Dunn, over point per game as a D-man with a plus 51. He might be winning another Norris Trophy, honestly. Shane Wright there had 82 points, so also point per game. Eiserman there, 68, 38 goals. I'd like to see that. Catton there, 63, not bad in his sophomore season. Matt Beniers, 60. Paterka, 55 is also good. Montour, 54 as a D-man isn't that bad. I mean, a lot of guys have 50-plus points. Cirelli only played 78 games due to the trade, which is interesting. And with us, he had 6 points, 18 games. Wow, I mean, third line, first PK, and 3-man PK. I thought he would have produced a little bit more, like Kopitar there. Same amount of points. Evans, 46. I mean, wow, we had like so many guys. 45-plus points. Kako even at 42. Now look at the goalie stats here. Decourt, 40 wins, 913 save percentage, 262 goals against. In terms of the AHL team, starting in here, 912 save percentage, 256 goals against is quite solid. Again, Furcus there leading the way with 64, followed by Sala. Nesbitt there, 28 goals though. Rene, 48 points, also solid. And in terms of the entire league, guys, Matthews there, 124 points with 78 goals. Probably winning the Art Ross and the Maurice Richard. Marner with them, 114. McDavid there, Aho. Only 4 guys with 100 plus points this year, which is definitely interesting. McCann finished 6th in the entire league in scoring. That is awesome. And yeah, Matthews there, 78. I feel like no one even close. Next up is McDavid. McCann actually finished 3rd in goals for. So, like I said, a huge season for him. Rensky there, most points, 91. Morrissey, 2. Dunn at 3 with a plus 51. Could win the Norris, like almost double the next 2 guys. And again, the Norris Trophy isn't highest scoring defenseman. It is the best defenseman. So in this game, plus minus is kind of indicative of, how well they play defensively. Wallstedt there, 44 wins. In terms of the save percentage here for a starter, I guess Leninin, maybe Akhtiamov there. Goals against, again, Leninin 232, and again, Akhtiamov 261. So, I mean, Accord most wins. His save percentage, goals against isn't too far behind. Rookie skaters leading the way. Kucevic, hopefully I said that right, 75 points. Wow, 8th overall. He was 8th overall in 2028. That's actually really impressive for a rookie. Now, in terms of the entire league here, guys, as I mentioned, we won the President's Trophy there, 112 points. The Jets were only a win back, and you had 8 teams with 100 plus. Jeez, okay. Flyers at 15. Dallas at 20 gets in. Kind of like my fantasy draft, if you guys watched that yesterday. Goals for here. We were first in the entire NHL. Let's go. So I guess now we'll start focusing on defense. Goals against, we were also first. So yeah, President's Trophy, first in goals for, first in goals against. I'd say a pretty good season so far. All we got to do now is actually go win the Stanley Cup. And now the first round of playoffs, guys, are matched up with the San Jose Sharks. They got Eklund, Celebrini, and Carton here on the first line. So pretty nasty. Besser there with Smith and Pandolfo. I mean, the top 6, honestly, is really good. Almost as good as ours, I'd say. Quentin Musty there, Haltonen as well. Joseph on the 4C spot, 85 is interesting. Defensively, okay, they don't really have a number 1, but they got decent depth. And then goaltending-wise, Skarov's a 90 now. So they do have a better goalie than us. I would say forward defensive-wise, we are the better team. So we'll see what happens here, guys. First 2 games, of course, at home. Climate Pledge Arena in Seattle. And the first game, unfortunately, is a 3-0 shutout loss. First in goals for in the entire league. 3-0 loss again. First in goals for in the entire league in the regular season, and we can't score a goal through 2 playoff games at home. Okay, we're heading to San Jose. 5-4 OT loss. Okay, finally able to score some goals there on Askarov. And game 4 is a 4-2 win. So we have to reverse sweep the Sharks here, which has happened before. I think the last time there was a reverse sweep was the Kings against the Sharks. Game 5. We do it again. 4-1. Okay, can we force game 7? We're back in San Jose for game 6. 2-1 OT win. Wow. Okay, I mean, OT loss, win, win, win. We're playing pretty good hockey here in the last 4 games. Game 7, chance at history here. Be the 5th team. 0-0 after 1. 1-0 there, Haltonen. Okay, so have to find a goal. If Frenier opens up the scoring early there in the 3rd. And we are out shooting the Sharks here, 32-23. So I feel like we have the pressure halfway through the 3rd period now. Wow, as I say that, Will Smith there on the court. Okay, we need a tying goal. Kopitar. Let's go from the 4th line. 5 minutes left. Game's tied 2 apiece. Lund, are you kidding me? Every time I talk, I swear to God, they score. Minute and a half left. 45 seconds. Wow. So, pulled it to game 7. We had 5 minutes left to go. Chance to win it. And then the Sharks there finally put us away. So, that is tough. President's Trophy winner. First in goals for and against. We're bounced in the first round by the 8th seed. Over in the AHL, they're currently tied up 2 apiece, playing the Ontario Reign in Game 5, and they win. Okay, so the AHL team at least moving on to the 2nd round. And they actually have a chance to redeem the NHL team here, playing the San Jose Barracuda. Beat them already in Game 1. Game 2 at home there is a 6-1 win. Game 3 in San Jose, unfortunately, OT loss. Oh my gosh, no way. We lost 2 games in a row there after going up 2-0. Can we put them away in 5? And we do not. 2 of our 3 losses were in OT. Wow, San Jose just had our number this episode. And now the playoffs are complete here, guys. The Maple Leafs actually win a Stanley Cup and then Calder Cup champs there, the Manitoba Moose. So a couple Canadian teams, which is nice to see. Draft lottery coming in here. LA jumps from 4-1. Boston there from 3-2. St. Louis has been at the bottom a lot and mostly losing the lottery, unfortunately, for them. And I'll take a look here, guys, at that playoff tree. So the Leafs there beat the Devils in 5, swept the Rangers and the Panthers. And they actually played the Sharks in the Stanley Cup final, beat them in 5. So Sharks, bit of a Cinderella run there until they ran in to the Toronto Maple Leafs. And now in terms of our playoff scorers, you got Lafreniere, McCann, Dunn, Catton, Montour, Geeky, all putting up 4.7 games. Isn't bad, but yeah, we need to have a guy kind of, take control and actually get us through that first round. Decord tried his best, 919, 2.4. But yeah, when you get shut out in the first 2 games, tough to come back from that. Looking at the awards, so Toronto Maple Leafs there. Their 2nd Stanley Cup in 4 years, just like us. I should mention, too, that was our 2nd President's Trophy. We've also won 2 in 4 years. Clarence Campbell there for the Sharks. Impressive. Maple Leafs there in the Lightning, literally just alternating the Prince of Wales Trophy. Or I guess actually Lightning got it 3 times in the last 5 years. Maple Leafs twice, but still kind of crazy. Matthews there, back-to-back Art Ross and Hart trophies. Vince Dunn does get the James Norris, his second in 4 years. I love that. Marner there, another Lady Bing. Kucevic, Calder Trophy. Matthews, Conn Smythe as well. Decord got the Vezina. Okay, I thought he had an outside shot. Also got William Jennings. I mean, tons of hardware for us this year, except for the ones that, matters in the Stanley Cup. Havilland there, got the Bill Masterton. Hines got the Jack Adams, now with the Canucks. Frost there, Selke with the Wild. Matthews, Ted Lindsay, and the Maurice Richard. So, yeah, big year for Matthews and the Maple Leafs. Manitoba there, of course, with the Calder Cup. Tanner Howe, most points in the AHL. Okay, this Kelly guy going off. Anstey's, how you would say that, best rookie. Ufko, best defenseman. Samsonov down in the AHL, got the best goalie. Okay, let's look and see. Cursed lowest goals again, so unfortunately, no AHL awards for us. And now next year, guys, we'll take a look at retired players. As I mentioned, I'm curious if Kopitar, finally hangs him up, and he does. He's actually the top of that list. 1,556 points. Tavares there retired too with the Panthers. Oh my gosh. Watching that Leafs-Panthers series right now, that'd be a slap in the face if Tavares went there. Giroux retires as well with Boston. Erik Karlsson was on the Leafs. Interesting. O'Reilly there. JT Miller. Jonathan Huberdeau actually ends up in Dallas. Mark Stone on Detroit. Wouldn't hate that. Eberle there. Return to the island. Jeff Skinner with Ottawa. Thomas Hertl stays with the Vegas Golden Knights. Morgan Riley plays entire career with the Leafs. That's actually pretty impressive, I would say. Sean Couturier as well with the Flyers. So, yeah, some big names, calling it a career. Obviously, all these guys getting into their mid to late 30s. Darnell Nurse, how old is he at this point? 35, so that's actually as early as you can retire. He said, I made enough money, I'm done. Freddie Anderson there, just with a bunch of free agent goalies. We got Jake Allen, Grubauer, Mers Lincolns, Murray. And now look at this, guys. Ante Kopitar is actually becoming a coach. So if we do need like a new NHL associate assistant or maybe even an AHL coach, definitely could consider him. Now, if we're going to the draft, guys, I'm looking at our contracts. Cole Eiserman's down 88. I forgot we do have to extend him, so we actually probably don't have enough money to sign a big name free agent. Extension dollars 7.4. He's asking 9. I mean, I think we can easily get that done. Trade away Larson, and that's probably all we'd have to do. Also, Peterka here on expiring deal. I somehow missed that, or actually, maybe we just couldn't extend him. He wants 7.3. So, we might have to lose one of these guys, but we could potentially keep them if we make some trades. And now, guys, we're at the draft. Curious to see who the top players are. So, looks just to be your standard 5 medium elites there in terms of the gems. We've actually got, wow, quite a bit. They're all low, except for this dude, Jaden Haas. Supposed to be an early second, could be medium elite. Sagan there, 3 on HLETA. So because he's going to go in the second round, if we don't have a pick to get him, we actually could trade up and try. Since the rule is only we can't trade up in the first round. Basically, can't kind of easily get that first overall pick. Franchise goalie, I doubt it, but third rounder, Caden Caldwell there to Sarnia Sting, that would be unreal. And then right here you got Guillermo Dingle, goaltender. Probably medium elite in the 4th. Another goalie there, medium elite. Ian Hodges. Our scouts found this guy here, Brian Klassen, guaranteed medium top 6. Going to be like a late 3rd rounder, early 4th. Another steal here, Cartinen, medium top 4 defenseman. That's another 4th round pick. And so right here, guys, trying to get a big trade the Boston Bruins. Get their 2nd round pick in this year's draft, 35th overall, to get that guy who could be elite. Also want a 1st rounder next year. Svozil just there for the roster spot, as I'm actually offering up the 2 Geeky brothers and our 2nd round pick this year's draft. My thinking is their 4th line, Nesbitt can come in for one of them. The Elite Enforcer can come in for the other guy. Probably call up Sala. And again, Connor Geeky's really good physically, but that's kind of it. Morgan Geeky's not bad, but he's making a bit of money there just to play 4th line. So this trade would be huge. The value's pretty equal. I think they'll say no based on the 1st round pick. And yeah, trades rejected. They did say just a bit low. Oh my goodness. Okay, so their team that was looking to trade Charlie McAvoy, he could leave. If we can make this happen for just another 7th round pick, wow. Okay, so we're going to get a really good player with that 35th pick. Also 2 next year, guys. We have 2 firsts. The Boston one quite valuable. 2 thirds, 2 fourths, 3 fifths, couple 6ths. We're in a really good spot here. And I just entered our pick here, guys. 3rd pick in the 2nd round. A low elite just went. Take a look at the 1st. You got 83 overall medium elite. Going 1st and 2nd. 82 at 3. 81 at 5. Islanders messed up big time. 74 medium top 6. And so the 79 medium elite defenseman. Wow. I don't know how the AI does that sometimes. I feel like the top 5 is kind of usually pretty obvious, but like I said, we're going to take Haas here, hope for the best. If he is medium elite, this is a sick pick, and he's medium top 6. Wow, I mean, we had to go with what our scouts said. Still not a bad trade for us at all. And now next year, we're going to try and trade Adam Larson back to the Devils for their 3rd round pick. This is so we can take a chance on that medium franchise goalie. We'll see what they say. Trades accepted. Okay, so the goalie's supposed to go 92. I just traded for pick 90. It's a little bit risky. We'll see what happens. Oh, man. He literally went a pick before Caldwell. He wasn't franchise. He was elite, though. I mean, that's how the cookie crumbles sometimes. I guess instead we could take Clausen there. Guaranteed medium top 6 forward. Looking at the rankings, yeah, he's the next guy to go. I feel like we probably can get a medium elite goalie between one of those two. So it's not the end of the world. We'll take Clausen. 65 medium top 6. And we're now in the 4th round here, guys. So we'll probably take Dingle. Slightly higher rated there than the defenseman. Can we make it up here? And we do. 56 overall, medium elite. So I think he's like 2 overall difference. And our next pick's 124, which works out really well because that defenseman we want to take, he's like 131, I think. Yeah, right here. Cartonen, guaranteed, medium top 4. 51 overall, it's a little bit lower rated, but still not too bad. Our next pick here is at 156. We'll just take Hodges a little bit early. Supposed to be medium elite goalie. He's a medium starter. All right, that's okay. And because of all the pinned guys we had, trying to make a trade with the Columbus Blue Jackets, offering up a 6 and 7 this year for their 6 and 7 next year. They're a seller, so those picks could be higher. They say yes. Okay, so that worked out really well. And again, I mean, our picks for the last draft we're ever going to do, it's insane. We're going to have, so many chances. And now I guess we have to re-sign Dan Bylsma again. Obviously, we'll do that. He's won 2 Stanley Cups for us. And we actually have to re-sign the rest of the NHL coaching staff. As long as they still want the same role, I'll keep them. For instance, the associate coach here now sees himself as a head coach, so have to let him go. And the assistant coach also wants to be a head coach. What the heck? And so now, guys, after trading away a few players at the draft, we've got $13.2 million in cap space. Of course, saved like $2.5 million on both Larson and Geeky, another like $3.5 million on Morgan Geeky. So we'll take a look. Yzerman will definitely qualify for now. It costs us nothing. It's going to be kind of tough to get him and Peterka under contract. We'll see if we can do it. Peterka wants 7.5 on a 2-year. It's not much cheaper. He also wants a full NMC. Compare that to Yzerman. He wants a 9.5. Honestly, might have to let go Peterka just because Yzerman actually scores more. I'll see if he'll take an 8.5 year deal. We'll see if he'll take 8. So I'm going to see if he'll take 8.5 there at 5 years. 50% modified, no trade. And yeah, I think we're just going to lose Peterka still. But does give us a little bit of money if we want to, sign somebody in free agency. Especially since, Gooley there we might lose next year. He'll probably want a raise as well. And now Reeves here is already 80 overall, 19. I mean, he's not going to make, the top 9, so I think it makes sense to wait a year on him. 94 defensive awareness as a sniper, 97 offensive. So he's just like the smartest hockey player ever, apparently. I feel like we'll probably just bring him in to be like a super rookie in the final year. Now, this is kind of funny, guys. I'm looking at the goalie contract situation. We've drafted so many good goalies. We're actually going to lose Brain here, medium starter, for nothing. I should have realized that at the draft. Probably could have, at least gotten like a late pick for him. But our reason being, you can only have a max of 6 goalie contracts. So Mankari here needs a deal. He's elite potential. Obviously, we don't want to lose him for nothing. So sign for $1 million, can bury that. But as you can see there, we do have 6 goalies under contract now with, 2 medium leads unsigned still. And there you go, guys. Dan Bylsma is coming back as our head coach. Cole Heiserman here rejects. Nothing specifically wrong with it. I just feel I need to test free agency, while an RFA is pretty funny. I think other than him, though, it was all like AHL deals. So we'll try offering Yzerman a little bit more here. Also, too, I'll do the full NMC, because for us, it actually doesn't matter. The first 2 years, which are our last 2 years, he has no clause, so it'll be the future GM that has to deal with the NMC there. Also, guys, I mentioned how we're bringing Bylsma back. Unfortunately, we're going to lose all the other NHL coaches. Is even like the goalie coach here now wants to be an assistant coach, which is kind of hilarious. And there we go, guys. Offering Yzerman a little bit more money plus the full NMC there. Made him say yes. And as you can see, that actually leaves us with $5.3 million now in cap space. So unfortunately, yeah, I just cannot bring back Peterka, but luckily we have all those, really good players in the AHL that we can call up. And so now, guys, we're at the free agency period here. I'm curious to see, wow, Matthew Tkachuk wants $17 million at 32 years old for 3 years, so I guess he's going to retire at 35. Lane Hudson, 26 years old, is an RFA. Okay, I was wondering. Sometimes, I think it depends on their birthday. If they're UFA or RFA at 26, maybe something else is in play. Wyatt Johnston, Matthew Nice wants $15 million. Oh my goodness, these guys just want to get paid. So yeah, like seeing those asks and those ratings makes me feel really good about the contracts we signed. Tons of RFAs there, probably because teams don't want to pay them. But Turk is actually one of the higher rated UFAs. Stankoven, Perfetti, all want a ton of money. Nichushkin, 4.5, could honestly come in as a really solid third line winger. 890 awareness there. Physical, though, is only 3 stars. I thought it would have been higher. To see that drop so much, I don't know. It probably actually makes more sense to bring in a younger guy. Zachary LaRue here, kind of like Connor Geeky, all physical, although he actually does have really good passing stats. Defensively, though, it's not there. Again, I probably am just going to lean towards like the guys we already have in the AHL because they're all a lot cheaper. Also, to look at the defense here, I was hoping maybe Charlie McAvoy was available. Could have made a trade there, but he is not. Morrow here, though, UFA, 84 overall. Offensive defenseman. Okay, so we actually kind of already have a lot of those. Whoever signs him, 1.7. That is a steal. And then looking at goalies here, Jesper Wallstedt's available. He is a UFA, 90 overall. 8.5 million, I think is actually really fair. Bjarnson, 2.6 for an 85. He's an RFA, but still, that's an awesome ask. Two-way goalies here. We'll take a look at the highest potential. A couple medium starters, so really nothing too crazy. Defensively here, we actually could use an AHL defenseman. We got like 5 that are, I think, 77 plus. So we can bring in a 6th guy. Ideally, somebody that can still grow. Minio here, 25.79. Two-way defenseman's not that bad. So basically, exactly what we're looking for. League min there for 2 years. See signs. So there we go. AHL defense should be set now. And then in terms of the forwards, probably look at potential. Stenberg, 25.80. Same with Callum Ritchie, so he actually never grew. Even Andrew Crystal, 25, only a 77. We got actually some spots here. So I'll send the top 2 guys because, as I said, I do plan on Nesbitt, Sala, all making the jump. So we'll actually have, some open spots down in the A. And now, as I mentioned, guys, we have coaching vacancies. Kopitar here wants to be an associate coach. Usually for that, you want someone with good power play. He does have amazing coach influence, A+. Teaching there, it's A-. So just for fun, we could try bringing him in. If it doesn't work, we'll just fire him. Not a big deal. We'll offer, I guess, $1 million there. Come and bring the associate coach. Obviously, 1 Stanley Cups with him. And are you kidding me, guys? Kopitar here signs with the Boston Bruins instead. But it looks like he actually signed as their head coach based on the role. So, I mean, fair enough. And now right here, guys, we're looking for a 4th line forward in free agency. Just someone that's solid defensively. Nichushkin is here, but again, he's 35, wants more money. And his physical stats weren't that great. Looking through in terms of like the cost and everything, this McKinney guy actually looks to be the best. 23.78, he can still grow. He's already got like solid defensive stats, physical as well, like doesn't look bad at all. He could be a better skater, but apart from that, also shot's terrible. But just to be a 4C, if he can grow a little bit this summer, I think he definitely, would be perfect. Now, that's a big if, but I'm gonna try to sign him there, 2 years, 900K. And if he says yes, like I said, could be a future option for us. And now the Bruins here want Hodges, medium star potential, and Ambrosio, medium top 6. Ambrosio is really not that great for a 4th and a 7th. Honestly, I'm going to say yes to that. Just more picks. And here you go, guys. That McKinney guy said yes. And now the Maple Leafs guy's giving us a decent offer here. A 3rd and a 6th for 2. There's a medium starter goalie and Mooney. Mooney's still unsigned there, AHL forward. +2, I mean, we'd have to let go of a goalie to sign our medium elite next year. I'm actually going to say yes to this. Just more picks. Picks are easier to move than players. Now, because we lost an HL forward, guys, we're going to sign Laba here. 26 years old, 80 overall, medium top 9. He's got awesome puck skills, also decent face-offs. So just, set up some of our, scorers in the AHL. He wants a 2-year deal, league min. I feel like that's fine. And now looking at all the players available, guys, there's actually this guy here, Aram Olsen, 84 overall at 22, medium top 6, power forward. I'd be looking to play him 4th line probably, but he's got a good shot, really good physical, defensive awareness as well, 87 is not that bad. If we can get him here for like a 2nd round pick, 2.8 for 3, we actually don't have our 2nd. Crap. But we could do a 2-year deal here at $2 million, as it only costs us our 3rd round pick. So let's try and basically make him the max offer for a 3rd. Okay, so max offer, guys, 2.625, 2 years there. He has high contract interest and organization. I'm just hoping Buffalo, for some reason, cannot match that. And now the Sharks are offering us McBain here. They want, Clausen back. Pretty good prospect. Now, then Alexandrov, medium top 9's not the greatest. McBain's 30 now, 82 overall, grinder. He's actually kind of exactly what we're looking for, 4th line. Defensively, could be better. It's not terrible. 5-star physical. The big thing, though, he's making no money. Now, they do want, quite a bit. Clausen, we just got in the 3rd round. Alexandrov here, 70 medium top 9 sniper. What about no Clausen, no 3rd? Okay, he's got way too high value. But we do have way too many picks, like we've traded for so many of these. Would they take a 4th rounder with Alexandrov? That looks like it would make it happen. And yeah, they say yes. And there we go, guys. Aram Olsen accepts as of now. We'll wait and see if Buffalo matches. A day later, Buffalo chose not to match. So they must have been a salary cap max because it didn't even take 6 days. 3rd round pick for an 84. It was 22 years old. That's a steal. And now, guys, we're having a conversation with Dan Boswell about next season. So I'm thinking we should be, cup contenders again. Let's see what he says. And yes, we are. And now the preseason focus for this season, guys, I'm honestly thinking strength. They bumped up a lot of guys' discipline over the offseason, making them focus on, offensive defensive awareness plus discipline. So that should basically be a free bonus there. And so now, guys, for the start of next season, I'll show you what the team is looking like. Finally have, some younger guys pushing through. First line, though, there's no change. McCann, Wright, and Lafreniere with that +5 still. Eisman on the second line there with Beniers and Cattons. So the entire top 6 actually is the same. Gonna try and talk to them about the scheme fit again, make that second line better chemistry. Nesbitt there, playing third line left wing, Sorelli in the middle, and then Kako on the right side. Bunch of X factors for him now, so that should be a nasty line. Nesbitt's power forward, but he's actually got like 5-star puck skills, good shot. I think, he'll fit well in the NHL. Fourth line, you got Hamilton back there, McBain in the middle, and then Aram Olsen, who you just signed. Hamilton's kind of an interesting one too, guys. He's the elite enforcer. I didn't realize his best attributes actually his puck skills along with the physical. So maybe we could make him like a playmaker, and he actually might spike in rating. I don't know. Last time we tried to change his play style, he said no, but we'll keep trying. Defensively there, Dunn and Montour still in the top pair, getting a +5. Evans is higher rated, but then we lose the chemistry boost. Although we could do Evans potentially, and then maybe talk to him about the scheme fit, have me a top pairing guy that could potentially give us the +5 again. So, I mean, looking at it, Knold on the bottom pair there with Volkov, who's also making the jump, looks solid. Goalies here, Decor down 89, Kako 86 there, still backing him up. AHL, Saarinen still starting. Look at that first line. You got Salas still there with Furcus. Kind of feel bad, but just don't have really spot for them in the top 9. Stenberg in the middle, Laba there, Rene, Barlow. Again, AHL team's looking pretty good. We got like 380 centers. The McKinney guy's actually 4C there with the solid defensive physical stats. Defensively, we got a couple 80s on the top pair. The rest are high 70s. Still can't believe, we haven't won a Calder Cup yet, but maybe this will be the year. And then in terms of the ratings for next season, guys, we've got 95 offense, 93 defense, and 94 goaltending. That might be our best ratings yet, honestly. So hopefully we can have a big year after that pretty embarrassing first round exit for the Sharks. Until then, though, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this one. If you did, leave that thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a nice day. Goodbye.